Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to another album review here on Bryce and Bigham. Boy, what a day. Boy, what a day. Cut, Turn, Fade, Back finally came out. It's been a year and a half. Hail the Sun has been teasing this shit. But I'm so excited. It was well worth that year and a half wait. So I'm just going to go ahead and do an album review. I'm going to do kind of like Nathan did. I'm going to go through every track. I listened to it. I got my notes here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Obviously, this is their first album in a year and a half. I believe their last one was Divine Intertention. And I guess, was that 2024 or 2023? Either late 2023 or like early 2024 is when it came out. But for this, there is 11 tracks on the album. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first track on the album is called The Drooling Class. This was released as a single with it was like a gray cover, and there's a little dude who's like coming out of his head. I like this song. It goes straight into some extremely high energy riffs and drums and everything. It's kind of everything you'd expect of like a good Hail the Sun song. Like that's just what they do. It's reminiscent of old Hail the Sun. It's a great way to start off an album. Obviously, there's better tracks on the album. But, when this came on, I was like, well, shit, okay, that's not too bad. So I gave that one a 4.5 stars out of 5. I just think it was a great way to start off an album. Spoiler alert, there's not a single song here that I rated lower than a 4. But I do go in depth on why I rated each one, why. Might be a little biased, but I really do enjoy this album, and it's kind of tied with me for the best post-hardcore album. Might be a little better than Pantheon by Dance Gavin Dance, actually, which I didn't think I was going to say. Oh well. Track number 2, There's No Place in Heaven for Fakes. The vocals in this track are particularly great. Now this song really sounds similar to New Age Filth and Divine Intertention, so there's a nice little callback there. Fantastic guitar, extremely fast picking, but I can still hear all the notes, which I really appreciate. Sometimes it gets muddled when you start doing sweep picking and everything like that. The song flows really well, and I like the use of tempo changes. Most good metal songs have some tempo changes in there, and I was really appreciative that they threw those in there. I guess my note with this is don't be fucking fake, dude. Like, ever. Nobody be fake. That one gets a 4 out of 5. It's not bad. Not my favorite on the album. Oh well. Track 3, Live Forever. This is some heavy drums and guitar type stuff. Very bassy as well. I was quite surprised with the amount of bass in that song. I was wearing some nice headphones and it kind of rocked me a little bit. I was like, oh shit. This is another song where, I love the use of tempo changes. Bada bing, bada boom, they're awesome. I read some other review this morning and it said, this song is very chaotic, but it's very reminiscent of Hail the Sun. I would absolutely agree. There's a lot of shit going on in that song, but it sounds like that old, mental knife type Hail the Sun that I know and love. So that was great. Number 4, Insensitive Tempo. So this song is way slower and a little more melodic than all the other songs in the album so far. Kind of starts soft, but then it slowly picks up with the drums and guitar. And at the beginning, it kind of sounds a little jangle poppy. Like I heard a little Johnny Marr in there, but then you get smacked with like the heavy riffs and everything. And the vocals are also softer on this album. Lyrics are great, but the last part of the song just does it for me review-wise. There is a wicked-ass riff at the end. Not even riff. It's like a little solo, but he's still singing over it. But it's like a solid minute of just shredding. So this is the first 5-star first 5-star song off the album for me. I really enjoyed that. Track number 5 is Blight. I am mildly conflicted about rating Blight as high as I did. It sounds more like hardcore punk than it does Hail the Sun. Like if you put the lead vocalist of Speed over this track, you'd have a bona fide hardcore punk song. Like this sounds more like a breakdown than a Hail the Sun song. And then it gets slow in the middle, and the guitar kind of sounds like it's flamenco guitar, which is okay. But it's a bit of a departure from all the other songs on the album. So I gave it a 4. It was between 3.5 or 4. It just wasn't my favorite. It's not bad. It's just not like, wow, shit, dude, Blight is on. I'm so excited. Yeah, track number 6, Consumed with You. This is one of the, I think this is not the first love song. This is the first love song off this album, not the first one he's written. It kind of reminds me of Major Mark, one of Hail the Sun's older songs. I love that Donovan Malero can write a love song. I feel like a lot of metal bands can't. But I think it's really cool when it is. I mean, the guitar is soft and comforting, and it's definitely a song that I would like melt in somebody's bed to. Like, it's just fucking great. And there's some good lyrics in there too. He says, "I'd eat your illness just to feel us in that room again." Shit, dude. I struggle a lot with mental illness. And certainly with a previous person I've dated, like, kind of wish she'd eat my illness so I could go be with her again, but whatever. Made me a little sad, but also fucking awesome song. This is probably my favorite off the album. It's tied with one more, but this is probably my favorite, so I gave it a 5. I love this shit. Let's go. Number 7 is I Can Tell by the Scars. So the first little bit of the song before the guitar hits, it kind of sounds like a boy band, which, I mean, they're all dudes in the band. Not surprised. But really, it sounds like a boy band. Again, not disappointed with it. It's cool. It sounds super high energy. It's a pretty happy sounding song. But it's one of those songs that just makes me want to like get up and move. Like, not particularly mosh, but like, you know, get up and move around, you know, dance a little bit, like jump, like, oh shit, yeah, everybody put your hands up, woo. You know, it's just like a classic Hail the Sun song for me. I gave that one a 4.5 stars out of 5. Track number 8, Building Code. One of the lyrics, I think it's the first lyric of the song actually, is I used to wish I was dead, but I really yearn for love. And it's like, damn, dude, Donovan Malero is just getting emotional on this album, and I fucking love it. I love it when he bears it all. I just think that makes the music a lot more fun and enjoyable. I mean, it's great to hear other people's lived experiences. You know, and Donovan in the track, he's also saying he'll live and die by chaos. Fuck, bro. Same here. The world is chaos. So I just wrote in my notes, the only thing I have for this song just says real. Real shit, dude. I mean, it's the world is chaos, and that's hard for me to wrap my head around sometimes. I like to predict the future and know what's going on. Sucks to suck, I guess. I can't really do that. But I gave that one a 4 out of 5 as well. Track number 9 is my second favorite of the album. It's tied with that love song. And this one's called Relapse is a Love Affair. So it's kind of relatable for me as well. But Donovan Malero was sober for 14 years and then like relapsed hard in 2023 off the beer. You know, but luckily I had the band and his family to pull him out of there. But, you know, the whole point of this song is kind of saying that alcohol abuse is like a love affair, you know, because the draw is always there. Like, it never goes away. The lyric that stood out to me is, I hate to love the way it hurts. I get it. Like, you know, everybody drinks in college, but for me, it kind of runs in the family, and it got to the point where I'd black out a shit ton. You know, just because I was stressed all the time and I didn't know how to deal with it. And I really relate to that because I liked previous how it made me feel, you know, and then it hurt the next morning. But, you know, that one moment of like, okay, shit, I don't really have to worry about anything. I'm hammered. It really is a draw. So I get where Donovan Malero is coming with that. I really do hate the way that it hurts. You know, it hurt, but it felt great in the moment. So this song kind of hit me deep. It made me cry a little bit. And that's how I know it's a good song. So, I don't know. I've talked to Sloan my brother, and he's like, dude, why do you cry? Why do you cry when like music goes? That's how I know it's a good song. You know, it's like not every song has to make you fucking happy. Like most of the songs I like are depressing as shit. But I can just tell the artist put like emotion into it. So I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Track 10 is called Rightless Destiny. I'm pretty sure that he's shitting on religion this entire song. So the whole point of this, if I remember correctly, he mentions the sacrament a lot in there, and he's saying, I think the lyric is, if you win, do you really own the people, or do you just silence their cries? And it's like, for me, I took that as like, okay, so if religion wins, are people just like religious, or is religion being used to just quiet people down so they don't complain about issues? And this kind of ties into the next song as well, the last song in the album. But I thought that was a pretty powerful song too. I liked listening to that. There hasn't been a song on this album that I like didn't like listening to, but there's definitely ones that weren't my favorite. Yeah, but I gave that one a 4 out of 5. Not bad. And last but not least, track 11 on the album is War Crimes. I love a good political song. Love a good political song. And I'm like 99.5% sure that this song is about like the war in Gaza. He directly calls out like politicians for their propaganda, and he's like, left or right, like they both suck, which is kind of fair. And he said, you know, secret wars start from within. And I'm like, okay, shit, yeah, that is probably Congress or something. But I did write some notes on this one, just because of the chorus. It says, I see the faces of children torn apart from afar, and I hate when you speak, that hate's an issue. Wish I could save you, but also watch you burn. Will you ever learn? And I'm like, well, shit, that sounds like a war crime. And then the bridge mentions more like the propaganda and politicians a little more. He says, greed is the status quo. Violence is our control. Lies from 1,000 men. The future is bought and sold. That sounds like politics to me. Politicians love to play God. So good on you, Donovan. Good on you for calling that shit out. But the last line of the album is the name of the album, which I fucking love. It just goes cut, turn, fade, back. Boom. And then it ends. And there's like 20 seconds of lag time where it's like super quiet guitar and shit. I'm like, what a way to end an album. But overall, I give this album 4.5 out of 5. Fucking love it. Right up there with Hail the Sun. It's almost perfect. It's mixed and mastered great. I love how all the tracks flow in together. And it just reminds me why Hail the Sun is one of my favorite post-hardcore bands. Like, I love all their stuff. I think it's all entertaining. They're always trying to, like, experiment and do some new shit. But it's really good. The lyrics are always great. Donovan is awesome to listen to. And it's definitely an album that's going to be on repeat for me. It was well worth the 1.5 year wait. And I'm glad it's finally here. So just wanted to review that for y'all. I'll link it below. Go and listen. It's fucking awesome. Catch y'all later.